Hello friends, this lecture of English literature for class Shastri Part 3rd, paper first. Today we will discuss about the famous poet Robert Browning and dramatic monologue. We will talk about the famous poet Robert Browning. Here is the picture of Robert Browning. Robert Browning was born at Camberwell in 1812 and he was died in 1889. He was 3 years younger to Tennyson. He belongs to the Victorian age. He was conferred an honorary degree of MA by Oxford University. The chief characteristics of his style are dramatic turn of expression, a remarkable fluency of words, and a certain rapidity of thoughts. Dramatic monologue. What is dramatic monologue? There is the poetry in which the poet goes down into himself and finds his inspiration and is subject in his experiences, thoughts, and feelings. We may call this personal or subjective poetry. Then there is the poetry in which the poet goes out of himself, mingles with the action and passion of the world without and deal with he discovers with his own individuality. We may call this impersonal or objective poetry. Such impersonal poetry falls naturally into two groups, the narrative, the dramatic. Then we come on dramatic poetry. What is dramatic poetry? The dramatic poetry, though intended not for the stage but to be read, is essentially dramatic in principle. The dramatic monologue is one of the most popular kinds of dramatic poetry. Then we come on monologue. What is monologue? Monologue is a speech presented by a single character, most often to express his mental thoughts aloud, though sometimes also to directly another character or the audience. There are so many characters in a monologue, but there is only a single speaker in the monologue and all other characters are silent listeners. Monologue is a character study. Monologue are common across the range, dramatic as well as non-dramatic such as poetry. Thanks.